I got fired because something that I post in Instagram, and then when we open the door, we can't believe the smell. The smell is so bad.
Of all the reasons to get fired and lose your job, this has to be the most insane and funniest reason. Now, I'm sure most of us have had a job in the past where we weren't the biggest fan of our boss. Maybe the boss was a gigantic prick, very demanding, annoying. I know I've had a boss when I was younger that matches that description, and if I had the chance to completely expose and embarrass them, I would have taken it within a heartbeat. And that's exactly what this person did, without hesitation. Now, this did cost them their job, as you could probably tell from the title, but there isn't a more hilarious reason I could think of to get fired for.
Today, I got fired from my job. I'm a real estate agent, and I got fired because something that I post in Instagram, and they called me to the office and they asked me to remove everything, which I did. And after I removed the post and the picture that I put, I was told that I no longer working for the company. And all this is because of my manager, Monica, and she's the one that created all this shady scenario. She's the one that pushed for me to lose my job. And today I'm outside my house because I don't have the balls to see my wife and tell her what happened, and I had kids. And I'm going to tell you the whole story, and I'm going to show you the picture that I put in Instagram, because you need to see that to understand how severe was the problem that we have.
So he got fired from his job, completely axed for one reason mainly, and that was posting a picture on Instagram. Not an uncommon scenario at all, especially nowadays, but it would have to be something pretty questionable, right? Now, I don't want to spoil anything, but take a guess what picture he posted. What could it possibly be? Maybe you already know, maybe not, but take a guess. And by the way, before we continue, the video is 10 minutes long, so I'm going to cut some parts out to try and keep the most important pieces of the story here.
And everything started yesterday that we have an open house, and we have a very big client that has a huge home. It's kind of like a mini mansion. And they gave us the listing to my company. My boss, Monica Shetzhar from the Shetzhar Group, real estate group, gave me and Ricardo the listing, and we were supposed to prepare everything for the open house. So Ricardo and I, we were working really hard all yesterday morning just to do the open house around 5 o'clock. There was gonna be live music. We have a martini bar. I have a sushi chef. I have all kind of balloons, food, you name it. It was beautiful. We've been working so hard to present this the best way. And then Monica shows up and starts complaining. I don't like this, I don't like that, move this, I don't like these flowers, go get something else, we need more eyes and things. And to be honest with you, it gets to the point that everything that we did, she's coming in trying to destroy it because she thinks that she has better taste and knows more than anybody else. So I was at one point ready to quit yesterday. But you know what? I thought about my family, I thought about my wife, I thought about my career, and I just swallowed my pride and I said, you know what, let's make the best of this.
So Monica is the main villain of the story, and remember the name because her actions will soon result in getting exposed in the most embarrassing way possible. Which is why this video should serve as a lesson to just treat people with respect, whether they're friends, co-workers, or employees. And I think a lot of us could relate to some of the stuff he's saying here, especially if you've ever worked a crappy job with a terrible boss or terrible management before. These work situations suck ass, but sometimes you just gotta tough through it and make some money because you need it. But there comes a point when the straw will break the camel's back and you just don't care anymore if you're gonna lose the job. And this is pretty much the point this protagonist is reaching.
This house has a little casita, right, that is for the housekeeper. That is the only thing that we were not going to show because it was a little bit under remodel, but because we have a problem in her bathroom. What happened in that bathroom, the toilet was leaking, so it looks like it needs a new wax ring, and the plumber came over and said, to be honest with you, I don't want to do this, especially tomorrow you guys are going to be having the open house because we don't know what we're going to find when we pull the toilet. So what he suggests was cutting the water turning off the water to the toilet, and that we put a sign and that said out of service. So we did that. We turned off the water to the toilet. He did, and then I wrapped the toilet with blue tape, you know, the one for painting, and it said out of service, right? We were using, inside the bathroom, there was a very large closet that Ricardo and I would use it for putting all our stuff. And then the showing started around 5 o'clock, and then by 6 o'clock, I'm out of my pamphlets. So I tell Ricardo, I'm gonna run to the little closet to get more. But by the time that I get there, I can't open the bathroom door. It looks like someone is inside the bathroom. So I knock at the door. Is anybody there? Anybody there? No one answers. So I try to force it. I can't. I call Ricardo and say, bring something, because I think that the door gets stuck. So he brought a knife, and with the knife, we were able to force the lock, and then we open. And then when we open the door, we can't believe the smell. The smell is so bad that it feels like there is a dead raccoon somewhere, you know, laying on the ground. And then we see the tape, the blue tape that was covering the toilet seat, that it was removed. And I say, don't fucking tell me that someone took a shit in here. And Ricardo said, don't open. We need to look at it. So we go close, and I use my foot just to lift the toilet seat, and I can believe my eyes. And you want to see the picture, because if I don't show you the picture, you're gonna be thinking I'm exaggerating. That looks like a fucking Russian submarine. Half of that thing was in the water, half was out. I'm not kidding. For 1 minute, I thought that it was the recreation of the Titanic, of fucking anaconda showing up from the water. We didn't know if that thing was alive. If we had to take it out and give her CPR, we couldn't believe our eyes.
I don't know if it's just me, but am I the only one who refuses to go to any public washroom? The only exception I'll ever make of going to the public bathroom is if I'm damn near on the brink of pissing my pants and the floodgates are about to open, and if it's just to the urinals. If it's number 2, I'm just not going. I refuse. I will hold in a dump for hours if that means not having to do it in a washroom that's not mine. Maybe I'm being a little irrational, but it's been that way forever, and I will hold it in as long as I can until getting back to my place. There's just a level of extreme discomfort and nastiness of using a foreign toilet. So I can't imagine the audacity of unleashing a turd described as a Russian submarine in an open house of all places, and leaving it there too. And at this point, I think you could probably start connecting the dots in the story of who would do such a thing. What kind of picture got this guy fired?
I look at Ricardo and say, what we do? I don't know. I'm thinking we should call the fucking Guinness Records. They had to come over and measure this bad boy, because I haven't seen anything like that in my life. And I said, there is a camera, Ricardo. There is a camera in the hallway. We has to get access to that camera. I say, but I don't know. I said, call the IT guy. And Ricardo calls the IT guy, and he said, hey, there is a way to get access to the footage. So we go and do that, and then we rewind until I see myself around 5 o'clock, no, around 4:30, I will say, that I was putting stuff in there. And then we move forward the footage, and then guess who the came to the bathroom? My boss, Monica Shetzhar. She is the one that enters the bathroom. 5 minutes later, she leaves. And then the next person is me and Ricardo forcing the knife.
Who would have thought the big, bad, annoying, and possibly constipated boss was the culprit in this whole situation? The shit bandit herself. I'd say this was a twist nobody saw coming, but he kinda made it pretty obvious from the beginning. Now there is a picture of the absolute behemoth of a turd, this missile, but I'm pretty sure I'm actually not allowed to show this on YouTube. This is straight up against the rules, but I did censor it, so there's nothing against the rules, so don't strike me down, YouTube. If you want to see the uncensored thing in all its glory, I'll give credits to the Champions TikTok account in the description, but we could kind of make out a few things even with this censored photo alone. Now, you might not be able to see the log itself, but you could sure as hell see the colossal length and width of the thing. He wasn't kidding when he said Russian submarine. This shit doesn't look like it came from a human. It goes from the bottom of the hole in the toilet all the way to the top, almost peeking outside the bowl. I mean, this is a world-class turd we're talking about here. No breaks in between either. This looks like it was a one-shot kerplunk, which is almost impressive, I want to say. But jokes aside, let's be real, this is actually pretty fucking disgusting that this boss would just leave this thing there during an open house as well, where she knows her employees are working hard. There's no excuse for that whatsoever. I don't care how bad you gotta go. We need to make this a universal law where if you're leaving turds in the bowl, you deserve to be exposed.
So I could not believe my eyes that my boss, the one that was bossing me around, complaining that not being professional, that we didn't have this thing, goes and take a shit in the bathroom without water, lock the door, and play stupid and doesn't do anything. And about it, so I call Monica and I say, "Hey, Monica, we had a situation in the casita. What are you guys doing in there?" I said, "Well, we have everything inside the bathroom because there is a closet." I said, "What's going on?" I said, "Close everything and come over here." She gets to the bathroom and she's all nervous, I can tell. And she said, "Oh my God, what is the smell? The smell is this. Someone this Russian submarine in a toilet that is set out of service." And she said, "Oh my God, I can't believe it." I say, "Yes, we need to start looking for someone that is walking funny because whoever shit the fucking anaconda, it has a problem right now walking. We need to find a doctor for this person." Well, this woman was green, blue. She was scratching her head. She was sweating from here. Ricardo behind me, he was telling me, no. And she didn't even went and do something. She could go and get a bucket from the garden, throw water, do something. No, she in the bathroom, locks the door from the inside to pretend that she didn't do it, that she wouldn't know what happened, and leave the mess to someone else to deal after. So she goes and said, "Well, we should call security." And I go and say, "Security? What are we gonna call security for? Do you think the security will come over, interrogate the turd, and find out where the turd came from?" And then she said, "We'll call maintenance." Maintenance? What maintenance is gonna do? Do you think a plunger? We need to cut that bad boy in pieces. We need a fucking chainsaw, Monica. And then she is losing it.
How shitty of this boss to play dumb in this situation. No pun intended. I mean, cameras aside, who else would have been able to lock the bathroom door from the outside except from the realtors doing the open house? If it's not him or his coworker, it's gotta be the boss. The gall and audacity of this boss to take a massive dump in the first place, leave it there, play dumb, and then not even want to clean it up is insane. And I just took a quick second glance at the behemoth and I noticed something. I noticed something I missed upon first examination of this thing. And that is, where the hell is the toilet paper? No, really, there's not a single trace of any sort of cleaning material of any kind in the toilet bowl. Whoever took this shit, in this case the boss, didn't wipe their disgusting asshole. She was apparently just walking around the open house greeting people with a shitty ass. That just adds a whole other level of filthiness I didn't think was possible in this video.
So she goes and says, "You know what? You guys go back to the party, try to take care of the guests. I deal with this." And I said, "Okay, fantastic." So I wink at Ricardo and we left. And we went and did what we're supposed to do. You know, by 7 o'clock, we get a text and saying, "I went home, I took care of the problem, I see you guys tomorrow in the office." I tell Ricardo, "Let's go and see what the she did." And then we going over there and the turd disappear. So we don't know at this point what she did. And then I post the picture saying in Instagram that my boss left us this little gift in this open house, and for that reason I got fired. And now you're gonna see this picture at the end. And to be honest with you, just leave me your comment. Tell me if it was right for her to go and shit in a place that she shouldn't, and if it was right for me to put it in Instagram. Probably I did wrong, but I think that she should be the one getting fired. And I hope that this video get viral, Monica, because to be honest, you don't deserve your job, because you think that you are the daughter of the owner and you can't get away with murder. Well, guess what? People will know what you did. Let me know what you think, guys.
Without a doubt, the most insane, wild, and funniest way to lose your job. Fired for turd exposal reasons. An overall shitty situation without a doubt. And after all that and the way his boss was treating him, she should get exposed, just out of principle. Actions have consequences, and while this guy may have lost his job, his former boss will forever be known for dropping a massive log in an open house and leaving it there. I mean, that thing might even qualify as a new species. She gave birth in that bathroom to something. Get it a birth certificate. Can he sue for wrongful termination, though? Because I'm not sure you could get fired over something like this. Is exposing your boss on Instagram for leaving turds at open houses a valid reason to get fired? I don't know.
A fucking anaconda showing up from the water. We didn't know if that fucking thing was alive, if we had to take it out and give it CPR.
But anyways, I think that's going to wrap up today's video. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for some more juicy videos coming soon to the channel. And let me know what your thoughts are on this shitty situation. Did this guy deserve to get fired? Should he file for a wrongful termination lawsuit over this turd? Leave a comment. Let me know. Peace.